Do you know how much you spend on subscriptions every month? No?
No.
Yes. Sometimes we forget to cancel a free trial and get charged without noticing.
Everything.
And even if each subscription is cheap, the total cost can become surprisingly expensive over time. Another problem is that every subscription has a different billing date. Some services are charged monthly, while others are charged yearly, making it difficult to keep track of upcoming payments and renewals. So we created CreaSpan to help people better understand and visualize their subscription spending. Now, let us show you some of the features of our application.
Okay, how do I do this? Yes.
God comes in and just speaks. This is how was this AI?
Okay, guys, let me walk you through the main features of our app. So how do we make sure that we keep our subscriptions in check and that we don't have any useless spending? So our landing page is our dashboard where you can see your main analytics. So let's go through the dashboard together so you can see how to navigate it. So you have your monthly spend, but you can also choose to jump to another month. So we can go, for instance, to March, or I think January is actually more interesting. So you can jump here and you're going to see how many subscriptions you've added within that month and how many you chose to cancel. When you click on view here, you have the breakdown of the exact subscriptions you added and the one you canceled. Further down, you have the breakdown and it's ordered by the most expensive to the least expensive one. So we can see that in January, there was a big spend on well-being. So maybe going through a little crisis there, I don't know. You also have the chart with the year overview if you just want to have like a more visual appeal. Something we've also incorporated is, I just have to jump where it's relevant. I forgot which months it was. Let me see. Not that one. I think it's October. There's a feature that it seems that I can't find it. Okay, it seems like it's not appearing. So I don't know why that's the case. But basically, we are also tracking if any of your subscription price changed. So if it decreased or increased, so you're the one that's meant to edit it in the app. But this way, it's also going to be taken into account in the monthly spend. So it would decrease if the subscription price decreased, and it would also increase if the price increased. I'm just disappointed I can't show you because normally it appears.
And it looks beautiful.
Okay, yeah, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Now from the dashboard, Dom, do you want to run us through the AI insights?
Yeah, of course. You guys can hear me fine now?
Yes.
All good? All right, amazing. Yeah, so just here where Chloe is hovering, we incorporated these AI insights because I think we thought that our users, when they come onto this app, they probably don't want to spend a lot of time doing a lot on this. It should be a pretty easy, quick check. And this AI insight helps tailor, specific insights into their accounts, into their spending, and any subscriptions that are probably increasing, or if there's subscriptions that have overlaps. So this one in particular, like food and delivery, it's all broken down by category as well. Maybe if you want to go view all insights and go into the actual page. So you can see all of the insights based by their category, and they each have a unique insight related to them. Say for something like food and delivery, it might tell you that you've got an overlap of two subscriptions that might be similar. So imagine like HelloFresh or Marley Spoon, they're both food delivery box companies, and it'll help tailor some insights based on that. Over time as well, it should be able to pick up on your spending habits as well. And this insight will also tailor some insights for you based on that as well.
Okay, thanks Dom for running us through the AI Insights category. So this is our dashboard overview, so you gain analytics as you jump in. Now you can also go to your subscriptions directly to have a clearer overview. So you have a I don't know why it cut so short. You have a calendar view where you can see all the subscriptions for a given month, and you can jump to be forward looking and also backwards looking. If you click here, it's just going to take you back to the current month. Here you have all your subscriptions that are ordered by upcoming dates. You can also have a look at the most expensive ones, the least expensives, and rank them by category. So if you just want to check like this here, if you double click, it's just going to take you back to the default view. If you really want to check which subscription are upcoming in the next 7 days, just click on the upcoming here. And then you have both in the calendar and in the search, the subscription that are coming up, which you are going to be billed by. We have the categories, so we have default categories that are seeded into the app, and then we have custom ones. So you can also filter by categories. You can select several ones, you can unselect them. You can also sort by at the same time. So here you remove them. You can also add your custom category. So let's just add transport. So here you see you have your transport category that was created, and it also made a drop down where it's default and your category, so you can navigate it more easily. If you click on here, you can just select this, and then you can just delete the category if you want to create a new one. Let's add a subscription together. Oh, I also forget you can check your canceled subscription here to see which one you've canceled. Okay, so I was saying let's add a subscription together. You have two different options. Either you do a manual entry, so you have the data and you just add it. I think now we're just going to go through the upload CSV, which is the most fast and efficient one. So you choose your CSV file, which is here. So we have June's bank statement that he kindly provided us. Now you click on upload and parse. And so you see here the app knows directly what are subscriptions in the bank statements, and you can remove if you, for instance, already have Spotify, just remove it, and then you can choose. So I just removed a bunch of them, and then you can import. Oh, it says 8, should be 5. So you can import them, and now you see we have a duplicate of Amazon Prime because we should have used the seed with different ones. But you can see it's directly populated into your subscriptions lists. So you can also access within this bottom. And lastly, we also have our chat feature, which Dom is gonna run us through.
Cool, thank you. I don't know why the styling's a bit funny. But yeah, another similar to the insights, want to make it as easy as possible for a user to be able to use this app. And if you're feeling really lazy and you just want to know what your upcoming bills are, you can just ask this chat. So yeah, if you just want to ask it, what upcoming bills do I have?
Yeah.
Sometimes it might take a hot minute for it to load.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was too impatient.
And so here it's rendered what bills you have upcoming. Depending on the answer as well, sometimes it'll actually give you the links to actually view your subscriptions as well. Our chat isn't intelligent enough to be doing all that. For a complete list, actually don't know.
Here. Yeah.
Oopsies. Yeah, it's not super intelligent, but there's a lot of cool features in it. Asking it about subscriptions, it'll take you to certain links. So if you ask it about insights or how can I upload a subscription, it should be able to do all of that for you.
And we have the history of our chats here as well. Perfect. Thanks, Dom. Last feature I want to walk you through is you're able to share a subscription. So for instance, if you are in a household and you're sharing Netflix or I don't know, Prime, you can, as a user, share a subscription with someone. So when you enter the when you have your subscription, you would basically edit it and you can choose, I don't know why it's not appearing, but you can normally choose shared, so you can share it. And once you enter your app, you're going to have the notification here, and you can see that someone has sent you a subscription to share, and then you can just log in into your subscription, and it's going to break it down by the number of persons that are sharing the subscription. Unfortunately, there are some stuff that are not working properly today, so it's a demo, not very demo, but I'm sure you guys get the idea. So then you have your user page here. You can log out and add a new subscription as well from the setting here. I think that's the most features we wanted to present to you today. Dom, I don't know if you think about any other one we can present.
No, I think that's a pretty good overview despite the technical difficulty. You know, I think
Yeah, no.
pretty
Well, I'm very happy we introduced this to you guys, and I hope you're gonna spend better.
Oh, incredible app. I mean, it's something, no, really, I think it's something everyone wants to use, because everyone needs it. And it's
Yeah.
really beautiful design, great UX, and actually really good potential to market, app ready to market, so MVP ready app. So I say great work. I'm pretty proud, pretty impressed. So thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Perfect.
It's my turn. You know, I'm always going to say something. I absolutely love it. I actually need this right now. I'm actually going through this process with all of my business apps at the moment. What to cut, and if I can give you my data and you can work it out, would be great.
Yeah.
UI wise, absolutely love the simplicity. Dom, I don't know if you're listening, but I love the UX journey that you guys took on. I actually thought it was really, I could feel, especially when Dom and Chloe were talking, that you've thought about every kind of angle, you know, different users, different way that people think, the way you've approached it. This is where tech goes wrong at the moment, is it's complicated. This is so simple and so easily used and so intuitive, and it solves one problem. I think this is, outstanding. I love the colours and I love all of that, and the UX Pro over there, but I'm a user that would use this, and this would be, I would log on tomorrow and I'd use this, and every month I'll just have a little diary, 5 minutes to jump back onto your app and check where I'm at and all of that, and you'd probably save me $250 a year. You know, that's the way they go. Excellent, amazing.
Good job, June.
Thank you.
Good presentation. Thank you guys for listening.
Perfect.
Fine, I guess there was something. All right. So our app is Leo Unpack, and it's come to really focus on a simple thing that many of us deal with, unless we're lawyers, or deal with it on a daily basis, which is when we get things like a rental lease or a contract, that can feel very overwhelming. Majority of us kind of breeze through them, but don't really take anything in. And it can be very difficult to someone to actually identify if there's any problematic clause unless we regularly interact with those sort of documents. So what?
No, so we have created a application that allows us to.
Yeah, so it basically would help to analyze and identify potential threats. Now, basically what would help for here, for our user experience, let's take an example. If for us, let's say even Gavin and Sam want to rent an apartment. But I'm like, wait, let me quickly have a look at this list before you sign it. So for this case, we have a new package, and he'll be able to upload the documents. So in this case, let's just say he'll go to Wagon Unpack, because I think you're on Clear Spend folder.
Yeah, thank you.
the list, and that's it's his son's. For this case, his son name would be Alex, and he will create a new package, which is a place where you can keep all of the document related to a specific topic. Now, he will have the file and he can run an analysis on the files to actually see, hey, is there anything dodgy here that maybe my son shouldn't sign that. Now you'll be able to see on the left, we're actually going to show you the steps that it goes through to really make sure. So it's going to pull the clause out, summarize the documents, and now look for any potential risk. It does take a hot moment. It's doing it. Now we're going to give it a few times. He's analyzing the clauses.
So this is an AI function that is going through a process of reviewing what we've provided it in the lease document versus a data set of actual legal documents. So it does that comparison with real legal data as opposed to anything just completely AI taught. So there is a real level of integrity in there, but notwithstanding, we do have fine print down the bottom to say that this isn't legal advice. It is actually just analysis.
Now, as you can see in the example, we basically find quite a few things that maybe Alex shouldn't really sign it. Now we'll try to keep it as clear as we can, so you can actually see things like there is the rent increase during fixed term without short notice, excessive and unmitigated break lease penalty. So let's say this one get Gavin a bit concerned. So, I'll get you to demonstrate how you can play on.
So we can see more, and it gives us a little bit more detail as to what the AI is coming to the conclusion that it thinks it is a concern. You get offered some suggested action as to what it believes could be the best course to take from this point. And these particular, so where was that? Tide. Many controls. So it gives you the suggested action of what you should potentially do. You can view the clause text itself. Yes, there we go. So that gives you the actual clause itself, so you can see contractually what the real words and terms were. So you can maybe just do your own set of critiquing on that. You can add notes under that particular flag to give you, so maybe you might say, Alex should check this, just as something to remind yourself, just to give yourself a little bit of a breadcrumbs of what potentially would need to happen.
But let's say, you're like, this is a great idea, but what's the next steps? Or draft me an email, because it did suggest that we will negotiate it. Now, our AI chat is definitely in beta. And so while it's working, it's not look as nice, but it's basically going to now focus on that specific flags. And it's going to actually give you a draft of, hey, this is an email you could send. Again, at the top, we did make sure to clarify that this our assistant provide information only, and it is not illegal advice. But yeah, it gives you a rough idea that you can now start to play with. And let's say that you took it, and now let's kind of go back into our list. And maybe Gavin actually talked to Alex. Alex went back to the agent and he got a new lease. And that's great. But now essentially, Gavin's like, okay, let me just quickly update it.
So I can now go and find the new lease that we were given by the estate agent, and we can now archive the old version, replace it with the new version, and just to keep all the QA there, we've got the archived version available to us, so we can go back and see what was the original version versus what the new version is, so we can understand historically what has happened in this process. And then we can just rerun the analysis on the new version, and it'll go and critique that versus the AI.
Now, maybe in the meantime, we can show the sources and how they work. Well, we'll let the AI do its thing.
All right, now you may be wondering, how does the AI know? The obvious answer would be the internet, which is partially correct. However, we have uploaded to a database a bunch of these sources from like Consumer Affairs Victoria. One of them should be from legislation, but it's meant to say. And we can add and remove resources with these two buttons in the corner up here. Have we got it downloaded?
We do have it downloaded, but to give you an idea, you can
Excellent.
go, you can go to any legislation website, especially in Victoria, and just download it as a PDF. Now, for now, it's just for our admins to make sure that, you know, everyone would actually have access to it. But again, beyond the beta, this could be something that anyone potentially could upload and it would grow over time. But even for admin, we want to make life easier.
So when you add a file to the add resource dropper here, it will go through it, automatically take out some of the details, so you don't have to fill out all these forms. And then you press add resource. And boom, it's there.
The form was important.
Yeah. So in the back end, that's just extracting all the text from it. It's putting it into a database and indexing it, so the AI will be able to easily read it, pass it in to your chat, and yeah, it just makes it much easier.
Now let's go back into our list. Now we go back into our user. And it did find 2 flags even in the new revision. Now, kind of annoyingly, well, Gavin talked to his son, be like, hey, you still shouldn't sign. His son's like, I actually have already signed it, which is a bit naughty and cheeky, but we don't really want to continuously see those flags anymore.
So Alex signed it. So we just have to concede defeat as a parent and say, it's on you, Alex, and dismiss the flag. So then we can go back to...
Let's do with the second one. Let's get to the point that it's going to be all nice and clean. Even though...
Yeah, we have both. Yeah, just an example. Yeah.
And...
But if it comes back to haunt us, we can actually come back and actually reactivate the flag and bring it back as something to be aware of in the future, potentially.
Now, let's say Alex talked to Gavin and say, hey, I want to get a dog, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to.
Because we all know as parents that's going to end up with me. So we've tried very much to get Alex to not do that. But anyway, it's what he's doing. So if he asks the lease, can we have a dog? No results, unfortunately, because dog's probably too specific for the lease document itself. So we can ask the AI assistant, and we are passing in dog, and it has now gone and found obviously something that relates to pets, which is going to be the more useful term to use, and it has extracted the information from the lease agreement with respect to pets.
Yeah.
So just gives you a broad brush ability to review things outside of just a specific text search.
Now, let's say you wanted to find something related to dog. Just because Mada will show you that the search doesn't necessarily always going to find the specific words.
So we're saying we're going to search
Bond. So in the case that there is something, it will still be able to show you and even show you if there is a case of anything that you might need to be worrying about.
Yes. We also have the ability to close the drawer. There has been a discussion on this, but we won't bring that up now. Yeah, obviously you can manipulate packages as well. You can delete packages, you can edit names.
You can go to the file page. I think we kind of went a bit briefly over it, that when you go to a file, a specific file,
yeah,
you could actually easily, so it's give you the summary and it gives you for each file what it's about, but you can actually see the content, but you can also quickly jump to things on the side just to try to make it easy.
It's just to navigate those documents a little bit easier.
What we have noticed is that most users will give a brief look at this to feel like they looked at it, but really focus on the rest.
Yeah. So this is obviously just the test case now is lease documents. It could be any legal type document. And like Halo said, from a versions beyond this, you could even bring this into a corporation. I see a good use for this in specific projects where you could bring in source data and measure things against that source data that's specific to a project only. So it doesn't necessarily need to be legal based. It could be, it has a home in a lot of different situations, I think. So yeah, it's a very powerful tool to critique large volumes of text intelligently. And yeah.
And while it's not as pretty and colorful, we do hope it make legal document feel slightly more clear.
Yes.
Slightly less of a one.
Need to put the Apple T's and C's in here and just see what that comes back with. I reckon could be interesting. Yeah, or Microsoft. Yeah.
Great. I say.
Any questions from the floor?
Actually, I signed a user agreement this morning.
Did you? Yeah.
And I was actually using AI to figure out whether something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
was doing this.
Doing a similar thing. Yeah. Obviously less efficiently, and was what this would be done.
Yeah. I use this for next week. We have to go more thoroughly. So this is actually exactly. Yeah, I think going a good way. And actually, if I can log it, then I compare the previous version.
Yeah.
From a corporate setting, is a really smart. And yeah, it's a good idea, and
Yeah.
probably be used in actually a lot of corporations.
Mm.
Great. Yeah, we're thinking complex and
That's good. Yeah, I mean, I said about simplicity, and you guys have gone the opposite, right? You've gone as complex as you've done. My brain just went at the beginning. It was like it's the check and balances for AI, right? Because AI goes wrong, AI lies to you, AI makes it sound
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll go with Gavin. I was literally thinking of your industry, all the things you hate and regulate, not in using AI is because, and you're saying actually there's the truth source here.
Yeah.
Plus AI,
Yeah.
we're the intermediate, will bring it into your language.
Yeah, for sure.
Love that.
Yeah.
Commercially, I'd probably go with what Gavin said. I think if you actually sat there and looked at this, your brain would go, it can go contract wise, it can go into HR.
Yeah.
I would say the only challenge, and this is because you built an absolute monster. I have no idea how you built this in this amount of time. Is how would you bring this to life? Because you are all like, the UI designs and great. That's the biggest problem with this world is that, yes, logically this makes sense. So for me, I've got like videos, right? The founder chatting at each one, and this will make AI correct and all that. That would be mine to commercialize this, to differentiate it, because there'll be other people doing similar. How would you bring this to life? And that's probably the design thinking.
Yeah.
I know you don't have time in 2 weeks to do that. This is not a critique. This is like genuine. I think you guys have done outstanding. You've made the complex as simple as possible. How do you make it even simpler? That would just be my next challenge for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. And my favourite part was this part, was where is the truth diagram? Course management. Because Anthropic, Claude does it very well, but it's kind of tricking you that this is how I do it. And you're like, oh, great. And then after, actually, is it still lying to me? You're showing me this is what AI thinks, this is your problem. This is where the legal is. So give me that kind of confidence. Yeah, awesome. So
AI is sort of like data is right, like it's born from.
yeah, and that's the next challenge is how do I interact with data? How do I I was watching that and my brain was going, wow. My brain.
Also say something as like a normie. This is something that like I would have loved as a young adult, that like as you go through life, you have work contracts. You get your first job, you have your first work contract. You end up, getting your first loan for a car.
Yeah.
You end up, buying nice things and you want to put those warranties in there. This could be something that could really follow you through those processes in life to sort of get you through, going through a lease and then going through a loan, going through a settlement, and just understanding it as a tool that you can have everything sourced in one area with one database. And again, because you're pulling it from resources that are genuine, you can sort of almost customize it to the person. Like, I'm a woman, 18, living in Victoria. These are the things that I need help with. Because I, from a business point of view, I use like legal software that's like, it helps you templates, so you can just have to buy a lawyer. And a lot of companies have gone and do that. But from like a user point of view, if you're someone who's just going about life and you don't have money and time, you don't want to keep putting your documents in like AI if you don't have access to that as well, this would be a great tool.
It gives you a bit of power, doesn't it? Makes you feel a bit more confident.
And it might get rid of the lawyers in my whole family's lawyers, and they just talk bullshit.
It's welcome.
Jamie looks like love it.
No, but I mean, I'm doing migration law at the moment, and I'm sort of using a lot of study tools with AI, but I have to get access to LegendCom the federal register and like ministerial directions in order to pull the right advice for clients, which they don't have access to. So it's got to. I can use this as a template for use myself.
Yeah, for sure. There's so many different. There's so many different models that you could. We need to vanillarize it, and you could just insert it anywhere. Really, there's so many spots to play. Yeah, brilliant. We'll take your details after.
It's like before we issue shots, because you could actually go to the Victoria or federal things, and you have a button there when you go there, and it says download as a like print, and it's allowed you to download it as a PDF. So you can literally do it for any legal legislation, and you'll just pull it here, and it would populate information for you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Awesome.
Okay, so thanks everyone for coming. Yeah, we're gonna show you a golf-related app. So Mark is an avid player, and I just play a little bit myself. But he's been noticing that all the time he has problems to find partners, to book course, to book some trip. Sometimes he wants to go overseas and he cannot find a trip. So we decided to do a little bit golf app, but a little bit different. It's a kind of universal wallet for your golf life. So we found a way to do it and to try to concentrate the maximum information at the same place. So you can. This is the first step. And when you log in, so in this application, you will see there's different information, and Mark's going to show you what you can find on your little wallet.
Yeah. So once you log in on your page, this is the first thing you see. This is the dashboard with some news from that's related to golf, like what tournaments are happening, what are the newest clubs, and so on. Then here you have all your upcoming trips. We'll come back to that soon. Friends on the course and all the golf courses. So if you want to look for golf courses, so this is all the golf courses. These are the popular golf courses, and a new one that just arrived. And these are all the golf courses currently on the app. But let's say you want to play in Spain, you search for Spain, and it gives you all the golf courses in Spain. Then here you have an overview of all the trips. So these are all the trips that are currently listed and that you actually can join. So here you can see, like, yeah, I'm already in this game with Laurent, and here as well. Yeah, I play a lot of golf. But here you can join a trip. And we will do that in a bit. But let's say you want to create a trip yourself, so you're going to play with some friends. You can create a trip yourself. You can do it on multiple ways, but let's do it here for now. So let's say I want to play a trip with Laurent. Oh, we already have that game with Laurent. So I myself in, and I will invite Alex and Alice as well. And then we're going to play in Spain. Let me see, where is Valderrama Club? This one's in Spain. And we are going to play on the 20th of April. And then we're going to put 4, because now we're with 3, but we actually need 4 players in total. And we will create the trip. Oh, yeah. And then it should here game with around, yeah, here on the 20th, because we play a lot of golf, so, but it's here. And so now other people are able to play or to join my trip, and Laurent will show you how you can join this trip.
Yeah. So this is all the trip in the database, and now if you are just a player and you say, okay, I've got my little wallet and I want to join a trip, and you don't have no idea, so you can be like a very basic player, for example, and your name is George the Milkman, and you can go on your profile, so you can check your different information. You just started to play, and you say, okay, I might want to play a trip, but you're a bit alone and you don't have any friends and you don't know how to play. So what you're going to do is you can go to your friend, if you have some, or you can go to messages. This is this one. Yeah. And we have incorporated in the app what we call a fairway caddy. So it's a AI related fairway. So you can start to chat with him. can notice that George already started to chat a little bit. Is George a good player? It depends, but you can find trips also through the caddy. So let's say you want to play, maybe you can ask a few questions. You say, what's the wherever in Spain, for example? Oops. So you can ask. It will give you some indication. Oops. Why? No way. No fucking way. Why?
Refresh.
Just refresh.
Refresh.
Hmm? I don't know. Oh
yeah.
shit, yeah, okay. So yeah, it will give you some indication of the weather and all of that. And after if you say, okay, Spain seems to be nice, and maybe I want to join a trip in Spain. So you're gonna ask to the AI, is there a trip open in Spain? Just to check, for example. Shit, it's your keyboard. So you can ask, for example, about a trip in Spain or anywhere. It can be New Zealand, Australia. So you see that there is a few trips, and again with Lauren and Mark over there. You can see the little avatars. You can see the course in Andalusia. It's quite nice. And you can say, okay, that sounds like a good option. So you can join the trip. And now you're in the trip. So even if you want more detail from the chat and from the AI, you just click on the cards and you can get a bit more information about it. You see your 4 players, you've got the dates, information, you can see the avatar. If you want to check the profile of the other person, you can check a little bit too. And after, if you say, okay, maybe I don't want to, I can see there is Ben, I don't know Ben very well, so you can leave the trip. And you can go back to the search if you want and find another trip. Okay. And if you join a trip, you say, okay, this new one in New Zealand was quite good. You can join the trip. Yep, we're already 2. That should be nice. You go back to your profile. And after in your profile, you can see that the trip is already here. And so it's in your wallet and you can go to New Zealand and have fun with your friends. So that's why we wanted to do this universal wallet. So at the beginning, it's true that everything is at the same place, which is great. And this is a website and an app that can be attached to any other website. So maybe we can, in the next step, offer it to the different course, different clubs, and we can all join at the same place. So that was the goal there. Okay. I think the biggest challenge was more the design.
Yeah.
All the features were we saw it during the course, so it was pretty easy to find it back. But I think the design was a bit like how are you gonna design it? It took us a bit of time to say, okay, we're gonna you have this background image, so it can be any website basically in the future. You have something that pop up, so it's more like windows that pop up, and we decided to do in very sleek, very like compact. People are very used to see these cards of friends already on the social media, so it's a kind of an app and bit social media too. So you can find your friends, you can join from anywhere, and we wanted to have a clean, more compact design. So everyone can use any website, any application to join on this one. That's the problem at the moment. The market is very fragmented. So everyone has an app, everyone has a website, but there is no common ground to have something very simple with everything at the same place. So yeah.
Can we ask questions?
Yeah, of course.
Commercially, I thought this is awesome. I've got loads of friends that play golf and stuff like that. I would absolutely love this. Does it generate the images?
This is the proper images from the course.
No, you need to load it in. So
What do you mean?
like the images you mean from the golf course.
Yeah, so when you say let's say Spain, so what I'm saying is there's a real emotional attachment. I play golf, I'm pretty terrible at it, but every time like something came through, the images are like, I'm like, wow, I'd love to play that course, and I'm kind of like excited and stuff like that. So is that just like self-generating, or did you have to upload it?
No, this is uploaded.
This is uploaded, but after you can have a carousel of
Yeah.
images. If people upload the images, you can have more and more images for one course, and you can have a gallery. And
Yeah, I love the AI part. That was absolutely brilliant.
Is there sites where you can like browse all different golf courses?
I mean, we've tried an API, but then that API didn't work. All the images were empty, and so maybe there are some. There is something for it, but we couldn't find it like now. So, but I'm sure there should be.
And you can plug it, you can plug anything, because even on the weather, if you want to be extremely precise, you just plug an API from a weather app, and that's it. Yeah. At the moment, it's generic, but it can be super precise. And yeah.
What's your next step in university?
To have a drink. No, but we have the name. I mean, the name is great. 19 Golf, the app, very easy.
Yeah, so 19 golf, because I don't think you all understand that, but there are normally 18 holes in golf, and then the 19th hole is basically the drink after the golf. So that's where the 19 stands for.
Yeah, I'm in a random golf group. I don't play golf, but somehow. And they would absolutely love this type of place where you could, once this is polished up, and you work out a commercial and make money off it, which I don't know, 1,000 things going through my head. I think, this is the most important.
And it's actually nuts, there's nothing really something like that.
It's all, everyone is trying to create one.
But there's not a
so.
Yeah, this is pretty simple. It's like,
yeah. And I mean, the good part will be to join from an existing profile, so you don't have to create all the time.
It's like Tinder for golf, is that right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I think so, if I'm going to put myself in the friends' places, it's quite easy to get 3 people, and there's always that extra person that you always get a random.
And you don't want that.
Yeah, it's normally a 70-year-old bloke that
exactly
speaks all the way around, whereas if you meet somebody at a level, I think this is amazing. So I was stuck on the visuals because I was like, whoa, I want to go there and things like that. So it's really good.
And if Mark, sorry, but there is the mood of the player. So if you're very competitive, and if you're like an average player, you can choose the mood of the player.
Also comparing 2 years ago, I used to see the demos and things like this, and just building the date thing that you did, we kind of like, I'd be like, wow, that's amazing, they can do that, and you just go click, bang, that's okay, and then you move on. So what you can build today is blowing them on. So yeah, I get George the Northern off this, he keeps great.
Yeah, lots of milk.
Hopefully you'll develop this as something, I mean, you're a serial entrepreneur now, so.
We'll try. But I think it's a good idea, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, Mark, come to me, I'll give you some ideas for 10% of this business.
You had a question still?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Just on the visuals, what was the workflow of the live? Did you start now, or did you generate?
We started off. I mean, in the beginning, we had something very basic, and we're like, no, this is not it. And then we also asked AI to like come up with something, and then there was like, oh, a block like this, and they're like, oh, maybe if we do it like this. So yeah.
Did you start?
We started with Tailwinds the basic dashboard.
Exactly, yeah.
And after we switched to we focused on the nav bar. And after, when we had this nav bar, we were like, oh, okay, we can remove all the dashboard. Because at the beginning we have a left side bar, and we no Tailwind basic Tailwind dashboard, and after we removed the left side bar, and we just kept the nav bar and did everything from there. And after
we changed a lot of times.
So you got a screenshot and put it in Finisar. Yeah, and that generated a lot of styles, right?
Yeah, it generated the nav bar we wanted, and after the nav bar, after we did the page from what we did previously. So,
but a lot is changing.
Yeah, a lot of changes, but it's quite slick, huh? So it's good. Yeah.
Can you see my lappy on Zoom?
Oh yeah.
on there? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And how did we hide the UI again? It was just, it was here, wasn't it? Hide floating meeting. I think that's it. Sweet. Okay, cool. Good to go?
Yeah.
Righty, so my app is for musicians, specifically musicians looking to play with other musicians, so finding a band. And for anyone who's ever played in a band, I think they'll understand that the hardest part of that is finding the right people. I think because you attract a lot of different people in the music industry in that space. It can be people with different tastes, different ages, different instruments, just different commitment levels. All of those sorts of things can be enough to kind of upset the flow a little bit. And I just want to paint a bit of a picture of the landscape of the current, like what's available in other like music collaboration apps or websites. So this is like one of the top results. This is like second from the top. I think this website's actually dead. No one's using it. This one's probably like the closest, at least it's a better experience, but I think as well there's something to be said for the actual like UI and the space that people are spending. I think having musicians spend time in a space that feels creative and feels like aligned with what they care about is just as important. So introducing Bandwagons, so it's a modern location-based music collaboration app. And the real the target we're trying to solve is just active musicians looking to join or form bands, from hobbyists to professionals, anyone tired of scrolling through outdated interfaces, irrelevant profiles, or struggling to find people who match their music style. So pain is really just that finding bandmates online is slow and frustrating. The other alternatives are using like social media platforms, which works, but it's not particularly tooled for this exactly. So it's just a lot of clutter and a lot of unnecessary kind of process that you have to go through. So existing platforms mix hobbyists with seasoned pros or are outdated, cluttered, or inefficient. Cool. So bear with me. This is Bandwagon. It's a little, I'm just watching online, it's quite stuttery. I promise it's nice and smooth, the animation on my end. But yeah, I just wanted to create an app that kind of both worked functionally, but also kind of felt like a space that musicians might want to spend time in. So just a couple of details here, like a custom mouse pointer. This icon in the center will change like contextually based on what you're like hovering over. It's a login and a sign up. Hoping this doesn't automatically log me in. No, cool. So this is the login form. Or we can jump in and sign up, which we might do. So I'm just going to take you through the flow of what a user might first see. So we can go UK. Cool. So we're setting a profile. I can upload a profile picture. So I guess by forcing users to have to like make a profile, it just kind of gates the experience a little bit. So it's not just anyone browsing and putting up unnecessary details. There's John. Pick a color. Location. Unfortunately, it's Australia-based only so far. So there's preemptive search here, so I could go Geelong or whatever it is. But we're Australia only, so I'll just do Richmond. I've got a bit of a bio ready to go. What did John? I have no idea what he listened to actually. Maybe like, what's a 50s band? I don't know. Oasis, yeah. I'm sure I'd like Oasis. There you go. I think you play the guitar too. Yeah, but that's true. Cool. He was pretty serious about it. So this is just a way to distinguish people who are actually committed, and filter out people who maybe aren't so. So you'll be able to search and filter by like someone's commitment level.
So once you complete the onboarding process, oh, you're joking. Well, that's just terrific, isn't it? I love when a bug pops up. The only time that it ever has in the actual presentation. So I'm just going to log in. So if this was my first time logging in, I would see a message and it's just a bit of an introduction to the app and how to use it. So we've got this browse screen. So this has all these profiles. I can kind of get a preview of their profile, a bit of an overview of like their instruments, where they're located. And there's a bit of a pagination as well. If I want to filter, I can do that by location, genres, instrument, commitment level, all those sorts of things. So if I just want, George made a profile before, so I'm just going to see if he comes up. No. Oh, this is on, it was on the local. That's why. But if I go, oh, there it is. So just show up. That's not George, but still. Business to Harry Styles. Yeah. Cool. You can edit your profile. So there's a bit of a profile edit page. Just trying to keep this like consistent UI with this row sort of thing we've got going on. Choose profile colors, all these sorts of things. I can search. So it's like search overlay. I think I demoed it for, oh yeah, we did Richmond, George came up. Cool. So it's a pretty narrow MVP version of this app. I was quite tight for time in the whole rollout of this, but ideally what I'd love to do from here is introduce like an AI component. And that could be something where it's like a chat where you talk about influences or like key genres or like attributes that you want to find in a user. Or you could upload like an audio snippet and it'd actually be able to like locate a user based on that snippet. So yeah, thank you. That's everything for today. Cheers. Cool.
As a designer, how did you go about building this app?
Yeah, I might reshare my screen because that was like probably one of the core like learning curves and like parts of this process was actually figuring out a flow with Figma to like Cursor or Claude and actually using like a Figma NCP server, which is something I hadn't sort of worked out the best way to do. And I think through this, I found like a whole bunch of efficiencies and just ways to work that made that a lot easier. So I actually built everything in Figma first before taking it into a code thing. So I was able to literally copy all my styles, just go copy and paste into like Codex or something. And it was able to just like generate a style sheet for me like super quickly. You could also just copy artboards and like alongside a prompt, tell it sort of what everything is. And it's actually going to like read, this is the header, this is what our button style looks like, this is our back to all profiles button. So it's a super efficient way of working and it was super quick and it was quite accurate. Like it was pretty rare. It wouldn't get something the first time. So yeah, that answers your question. Cool.
I thought that's crazy good.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think I've ever seen a website like that.
Yeah.
Big, yeah. Even your clunkiness.
Yeah.
I actually quite like the clunkiness.
Appreciate it.
No, it's different. Again, the kind of commercial value. I think you're solving a problem out in the real world in a way that they're going to look at this and go, this is gamified. If that makes any sense. Like, you know, they're going to enjoy it. It's going to be an experience. It's not like a dating app, you know, find salmon or anything like this. It's this has got so much legs and potential. I love it.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks so much. Cool.
It's better than the other ones.
I actually thought the first one was really good. I saw that. I was like, oh shit. Cool.
Is it all manual? Like, is it all on filters, or do people get recommended?
There's no recommendation yet, but it'd absolutely be part of the scope if I was to roll this out further, for sure. But just manual for now.
10% of this business is
Cool. Excellent. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
He built this as a musician and no longer is with his old band.
Yeah. Look, no.
With his bands. So what's the glove still happening?
Man, how long do you have?
Nobody will hire him to build his own one.
Yeah. Unworkable. That's the issue.